Hi everyone, you're welcome to our channel. Today I'd like to share with you, especially the ladies today, what I call the spirit-filled wife. The spirit-filled wife. Now, in the Garden of Eden, when God created Adam, he breathed his spirit upon him. He breathed his spirit on him. And that was an amazing thing for Adam, because God breathed his spirit on him, so he wasn't alone. But this was the same thing he did to Eve as well. Eve was not left out from this. Eve also received the presence of God, the breath of the Spirit of God on her. Now, I want you to understand something here, because you see, when we talk about the presence of God, we're talking about things that he represents, his character, his attributes, okay? Now, I want you to know, until they turned away from God, they walked away from God, their marriage was spirit-filled in the garden. Throughout their stay in the garden, they have the help of the Holy Spirit to help them succeed and function as husband and wife. We must not forget that. That is very important. Now, after God created Adam and Eve, we saw, the Bible tells us that God was not happy that Adam was alone. So it wasn't good that Adam was alone. So God created Eve to supplement what he was lacking. Now, a lot of people don't actually think that is what happened, but that is exactly what God did. He supplemented, he completed Adam by bringing Eve into his life. Now, you read that in Genesis chapter 2, the 18th verse. God says, I will make him a helper comparable to him. A helper comparable to him. Now, the Hebrew word for the word helper translate to be ezer. It means one who supplies what is lacking. Now, everywhere else in the Bible, if you read, especially in the time of Jesus, you find that Jesus talked about the Holy Spirit as a helper. The Holy Spirit was described to be a helper. Now, he is still a helper today. He hasn't changed. God gives Eve, the woman, the same name he gave the Holy Spirit, helper. Can you imagine that? That is awesome, right? Now, wait, I have some more to share with you. Men and women are completely equal. God created equal, but there is a difference in personality. I will explain that in a minute. Now, this is how God designed the whole thing. I do not need another Jennifer in my life, in my marriage. I do not need another Antonia in my marriage. I only need the one that God has given me now. This woman I married is the one I need. Why? Because she is the one that supplies what I am lacking. She completes me. A spirit-filled wife completes their husband. A spirit-filled wife supplies what is lacking in their husband. Let me explain something to you. I have seen far too many men and women reject the way their spouse is different from them. Now, that is, again, another major issue in marriage. We are supposed to be celebrating those differences instead of fighting them. Why? Because those differences, God is using them to build our marriage, to make it successful. We need to pay attention to those differences. Now, it is fascinating to me that the role of a wife in a marriage is the very similar role of the Holy Spirit in the life of a Christian, in the life of a believer. Now, I want to share with you 5 roles women play in a marriage, which is similar to the role that the Holy Spirit plays in the life of a believer. Amazing truth, right? Number one thing you want to see in the life of a spirit-filled wife is companion. Companionship. A spirit-filled wife expresses and demonstrates companionship toward the husband. Let me explain. Just like the Holy Spirit is eternal helper. He is our eternal helper. And a wife, on the other hand, is her husband's best friend. A marriage is best when husband and wife enjoy each other and have fun together. And this is made possible by the woman being the companion. Amazing truth. Again, another thing you want to look at, which is very common in the work of the Holy Spirit, is comforter. A spirit-filled wife is a comforter to the husband. Just like the Holy Spirit was sent to our lives to be comforting us, to comfort us. Women are anointed by God to comfort their husbands. They are anointed to be comforters. It is in their nature. To a child, to her husband, to her family, a woman's touch is the best comforting thing on earth. You need to see that happening in your marriage. Now, another thing you want to find is counselor. In John 14:17, identifies the Holy Spirit as the Spirit of truth. Women, on the other hand, also are gifted with wisdom and intuitions. Amazing. When I make decisions by myself, I may tend to make some decisions that are bad, that may be erroneous. But when me and my wife makes a decision together to do things, to make things work, we never make a bad decision. It always comes out beautiful. Amazing thing, right? Well, that is something you want to try. A spirit-filled wife possesses these characteristics. Another one you want to look out for is convictor. The Holy Spirit comes into our lives, right? And he specifically tells us things that are not good, things that we should change, things that we need to put in place, how we should behave and respond and act towards our partner and everything around us. The same way men are safe, even safer and better with a woman next to them to guide them through. There's nothing wrong if your wife comes to you and tell you, honey, change this. I need this about you. It's not really nice. Can you do this? Can you help me with this? Or can you change this part of you, this character of you? There's nothing wrong because she's meant to be a convictor. It is in her character. Now, let me shock you with this. A 48 years old married man has 90% a 90% chance of reaching the age of 65. But a 48 years old single man may struggle to even attain. In fact, he has less than 60% of chance of making it to 65 years old. Can you imagine how powerful that is? Well, now I want to share this with you. Lastly, the Holy Spirit is known as the connector. Now, understand that every wife has that role in them, has that character in them. Part of the Holy Spirit role is to connect us to God and connect us to Jesus, right? The same thing with wives. Wives have the potential to connect themselves to their man, connect their man to themselves, connect their husband to their children, connect their husband to their emotions, to their feelings, to their family. It's an amazing beauty. Now, hope one of these is clear to you. When a woman is being a good wife, she is acting like the Holy Spirit. Now, she's spirit-filled when she acts that way. Husbands, let me tell you something. Your wife is going to bring significant personality change into your marriage if you let it. Don't reject it. Don't fight it. These are amazing differences. Embrace them. Your wife will complete you. Listen, God uses these differences, these qualities in your wife to help you. And I want you to embrace this truth I've shared with you today. It will change your life. It will change your marriage. Thank you for watching. I believe this has been an impact to you, something that you want to work on as a woman, and also something you want to share with your husband as well. Thank you for watching, and this is your first time of watching this video. I want you to hit the subscribe button, and also don't forget to hit the bell notification button as well, so you will not miss anything that we share on this channel. Thank you so much. Again, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year in advance. Bye for now.